Good morning, guys. It is Monday, June 29th, 9:30 a.m. So here we are. Today, let's talk about preparation and planning and positivity from me, Christine Williams, your real estate coach. Welcome. Hopefully this is not your first time. If it is, hope you'll come back. Let's get started with some thoughts for today as we wrap up the first half of the year. So with everything going on in 2020, murder hornets, COVID, Sahara dust, gosh only knows, the crazy stuff, right? So it feels like a lot of our control has been taken from us. Agreed? I think we all feel that in some regard, or maybe a lot, and it's very frustrating. So I just want to remind everybody that there is a way to take the power back. So this quote here says that each person holds so much power within themselves that needs to be let out. So sometimes they just need a little nudge, a little direction, a little support, a little coaching, and then the greatest things can happen. So let's stop looking at the big picture and getting overwhelmed by the news and the negativity and the hate and all the stuff going on. And I really want people to focus on themselves right now and what you do have control over. And it starts from within. So since this is a mastermind for real estate, why don't we look at your goals and everything else? So let's start with, it is, again, the 29th, a new month, and actually the second half of the year begins in 2 days on Wednesday. So do you have goals for July? Do you know how many sellers you want? How many buyers you want? Do you have it in writing? What are you doing today to create business? What's the action plan you're going to take? What are the specific things you're going to do to engage in your real estate business? Do you have a written social media plan? How many people will you contact today and every day to ask for a referral? And it's not, oh, I'm just going to reach out to 3, see how they're doing. No, you need a consistent number. Is it 5? Is it 10? Is it 30? How many days are you going to contact people? 5, 6, whatever. So you need to know this. You don't wake up randomly. You need to be intentional in your business. Are you somebody that you would hire to represent you in a real estate transaction? Take a look at it from that side. What are you projecting out? So are you going to be intentional? Again, new month, new goals. So how many sales did you have in the first half of the year? A lot of us got sideswiped by our goals with some things going on outside of our control, and agreed. However, the real estate market in many geographical areas is solid for 2020. So don't buy into all the hype, the negativity. Interest rates are really low. Inventory's low. Homes are selling. People want to sell. People want to buy. So how many sales did you have? How many did you want to have? So is there a gap? Did you want to do 3 a month in the last 6 months? So did you close 18 if that was your goal, or did you want to close 9? It's okay. We had things again that happened that probably shifted our goals. So where are you financially versus where you need to be? So how many do you want to do in the next 6 months? Can you make up the difference? Can you cover the gap, or do you just need to reassess and chuck away the first half of 2020 and start from here? So what do you need to do now on Monday at the end of June to get your second half of the year on target to where you need to be? So the way you look at that is source your business. Where did your closings in the first half of the year derive from? Was it paid leads, which is my least favorite activity I want anyone to engage in, okay? So if it is, only if it is, do I want you to continue that as a coach. If not, then chuck the funding for that program. Cancel your contract. Ideally, you're going to want to get business from places that don't cost you money, such as social media, interactions. I realize we are limited in our interactions out publicly. However, there's still ways to interact with people. Are you keeping in touch with your past customers that you had? Are they going to be a viable resource for you to get future business? Maybe now they're family members or their friends or their coworkers. Maybe you had such a great interaction with them that they want to help you more. I have some of those. I hope everybody does. Have you asked for a review or a testimonial from the folks that you've helped this year? All of us are afraid to ask. All you can do is ask. It can be through email, it can be through a phone call, and give them several resources. There's obviously Zillow, perhaps on your website, perhaps on your Facebook page, or perhaps you have a Google My Business page. And maybe you want to give them different options because some of them will make them register and they're not keen on that. But ask for a referral and then take it a step further, and you have to promote that referral so others know that somebody's happy with the way you do business. We have got to do this, guys. So the first step to working on your July through your December 2020 is to look back at the first 6 months. I currently have, and you can't see it, my expenses. I've been tracking every month. I am honestly 2 months behind, so now I need to do May and June. I've been tracking my expenses and my income for the first part of 2020 on a monthly basis, as well as my business. You know, and I go and read every month. I'll write it out because I'm just old school on paper, but I'll write out who's in my pipeline, who's viable, and then obviously those are the people that I nurture and stay in touch with, and I'm always looking for new sources as well. So moving on to, now that you kind of know where your business came from, who you can keep in touch with, who's going to be a future lead, now it's time to create your monthly and your weekly goals. Remember, goals must be in writing and measurable with a finite date and an action plan of how to achieve them. Otherwise, there is no goal. There is no roadmap. So are you consistently creating your monthly, your annual, and your weekly goals? I do. I have a little worksheet I'd be happy to send to you. How many people will you commit to contacting daily? So I hope you didn't wake up this morning and go, oh man, I had such a great weekend and it's Monday and I got to get back to work. What do I do today? I hope that is not how you are interacting on your Monday. So who are you going to contact? How many people will you contact and what will you say? You have, and I'm not talking about scripting, I mean have a dialogue in your head of what you're going to say to people, and it doesn't start out with, hey, just want to remind you I'm in real estate, who do you know? You have to have an interaction about them. So I hope this is helping you realize that you got to get your little booty in gear today, guys. It's Monday. Planning your social media. Social media should not be happenstance either. And please don't engage in all the negativity going on there. Do not randomly share news articles if you can't source it, if you're not sure that it's fact. You've got to stop engaging in that, guys. Use social media to put out the positivity that I mentioned on the first slide. We have to project positive news these days. That's how we're going to attract people into our world, and those are the people that are going to work with us. So do you have a calendar? I do. How many real estate posts are you going to put out there? Which platforms? Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever you want. What are you going to use? Do you know how to use it? Do you know the demographics of folks on the different platforms? And do you know the best times to post? So first of all, you can Google this stuff. And I want you to put, once you figure out what your game plan is, and again, you got 2 days to get this done by Wednesday. Ideally, it would have been great to have done it over the weekend since today's Monday and you start off a new year, new week, new month. However, hall pass, guys. If you will start today and just dedicate the next 2 days, I still want you to reach out to people today and tomorrow, but if you will dedicate the next 2 days, last 2 days of June, to creating your 2020 second half vision in writing, including your social media. Again, mine is on my calendar, on my Google Calendar. It pops up reminders. Time to post on Instagram. Time to post on my Google Plus page or my Google My Business page, etc. Are you that detail oriented in your business? So now let's move on to, now that I've got your head swirling on the things you need to do this week, let's move on to, I always try to pass on helpful information and tips and links, right? So I don't know if you guys know, if you're in Florida, the governor has, I guess he signed a bill or an executive order, he signed something to where there is going to be, I think, $250 million in aid available to help people with their rent and their mortgage, including some back payments. So it's my understanding that, because Florida Realtors released the article today, but it's my understanding that all the details and kinks haven't been worked out yet, so they do not have their roadmap, they just have an idea. And it's going to be through floridahousing.org. which, by the way, this is just another resource for you to get familiar with. There's a little link down here for realtors. There's a lot of first-time home buyer programs here. There's bond monies, that kind of stuff. In any event, this is just at the top of their main page, and underneath there's some news releases that says that they haven't worked out the kinks. In the next couple of weeks, they'll be releasing how to apply, who can apply, and obviously, I guess, the assistance or the aid that's available. So bookmark this page, come back to it, stay in touch with your local news, and if you're a little behind on your financial overhead for the year, then maybe this is a resource for you. So I just wanted to share. So another way that you guys can still get some help is the Small Business Administration, the SBA. I don't know if you guys realize I don't know if they reopened or if more funds became available or if they denied applications, so now there's more money out there that wasn't earmarked already. My point is I've seen some articles where there's more PPP money. I can't speak on that. I went directly to the website to prepare for us this morning, and it says there is still some EIDL money, which is the other program. So I'm not here as a financial expert to tell you how to maneuver all this. All I'm going to tell you is I did apply for the EIDL back in March, I believe it was, and got my funds in May. So it took about 2 months, but it is a viable program. They had so many applications. On the second round, I guess it was, they earmarked these funds specifically just for agricultural businesses. However, they have since reopened it back up for other small businesses, such as real estate folks as well, as of June 15th. So that means their people are 2 weeks ahead of you getting their new applications in. So this is something else that you may want to commit to doing today if you're looking for an affordable small loan for your business. So I just wanted to share. And it's sba.gov is the website. And then I'm on an interior page here, specifically on the federal relief that we are eligible for through COVID. So heads up on that. So as you're creating your July calendar and everything you want to do, what training, what education will you commit to this month? So I just want to offer this. This is a listing class that I'm presenting totally for free next week. I believe it's next Wednesday on the 8th. Yep, here it is right down here. And this is the link you can go to sign up. Again, it's through Eventbrite. I have it also on Facebook, totally free. And again, it's not, if you'll see how to win the listing, it's not prospecting, it's not marketing, it's not how to get the people. It's once you have a prospect, how do you prepare for the appointment? Okay, so that's what the class is. It'll take about an hour. So I want you to go locate, if you're not interested in this, that's super cool. But I do want you to create a business plan for July that does include some kind of education or training. And I don't care what your resource is. Maybe there's seminars that you're seeing posted on Facebook. Lots of title companies are offering things, etc. So in any event, go commit to training. And heads up, the license renewals, if your license needs to be renewed in 2020, DBPR has now extended that to December 31st. So if you're looking specifically for credit education, you've got plenty of time to find that. This is not CE that I've advertised here. So I want to just make you aware that it's a free education class. So what education will you commit to as part of your plan, my friends? So as we kind of wrap up, the good news is we're going to be on target here today with a nice little quick Monday mastermind call. What successes? We always like to celebrate your successes. For example, I am getting a new listing this week. Yay. I hope some of you had some closings last week. I did see some things we can celebrate on social media posted in the last few days. New contracts, new listings, new closings. And again, my goal is to help you attain your goals as a coach and your mentor and your accountability partner. So I'm just putting this straight out there, straight shooter. I do have a program under my coaching agreement where it is a very affordable $149 a month flat fee that is billed to you via PayPal. It is your responsibility to pay that invoice when you get it. No delinquencies. I am a small business owner just like you. And the other way that you pay me is 15% of your gross commission of only 6 sales that have a closing sales price of $200,000 or higher. So I don't care if the commission rate is 2.2 or 2.75 or 3.8, whatever that commission is on that sale, as long as that's the minimum price, then 15% of the gross on the back end, like a referral fee, is all I ask on top of the mere $149 a month. So what do you get for that? You get me for the first month, 1 hour, one-on-one via phone call or preferably Zoom to put a plan together, particularly like right now for the second half of 2020. And then you will, after the first 4 weeks, it's every other week. So it's every 2 weeks. And once you fulfill this financial part of the contract, then we can look at a different payment plan, or your contract is fulfilled, and then hopefully you're ready to launch, and maybe you don't need a coach or don't want a coach after that. Completely your choice, but that's the minimum requirements. So if that's something you want to speak with me about and learn some more details, there's my email address right there. I know it's long, but it's integrityandAuthenticity@gmail.com. My cell is 850-508-6766. Feel free to call or text. I do not answer numbers that are not attached to a name in my phone. I get a lot of solicitation calls, as I'm sure you do. So please leave a voicemail and or text, and I will absolutely respond. So I hope everybody's going to have an amazing Monday, an amazing beginning of a new month. And let's all do some great things in the second half of the year, because after all, in spite of all the things going on in the world, we have the power within. Have a great day, my peoples. Bye.